And if you've been following what I've been up to over the last week or so, you'll see that I've steadily been building towards broadcasting live on YouTube 5 days a week. Time I've selected is 9 a.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. in the UK, and it will be Monday through Friday, and it'll be a different type of show every single day. And let's take a look at the shows that are going to be on during that time. And I'm just going to hide a few things. I'm on Be.Live Studio 2, as you probably gathered by now, and I'm going to hide that. And first show after this one, Tuesday's show, just spoken to Fonz. I'll say hello to Tish. Tish, nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. I'm just describing my new venture, which is all about YouTube. Now that we can schedule live to YouTube from Be.Live TV, it's absolutely brilliant. And say hello to Wes. Right. Now, whereabouts are you, Wes? 7 a.m. Is that Mountain Time, Central Time? It's not Pacific Time. So I'm going to guess that that is Mountain Time. That's in Chicago. It's 8 a.m. in Illinois, in Chicago. And thank you for joining me, both. Now, I'm going to go live regularly, but I always, as Tish knows, I enjoy going live with friends. And thank you. It is. I'm looking forward to it. So you're not actually in the States, are you? You're in Canada. Okay, just because of that, basically, I do a show with David Burrows, which will go out at 5 p.m. my time, 12 p.m. Eastern time, and we've been doing that show for over 2 years now, and that's joining the UK with Canada. So that show is on Facebook, and I'm looking forward to chatting with David later today. Now, anything goes. I'm going to try and get this right way around. Nope. That's right way around. Anything go. I've just been chatting to Fonz, and Fonz, we've agreed that what we're going to do this year is we're going to mix it up a bit. Anything goes anything does happen. We have a pop quiz. We have we have a second quiz. We chat about things happening today and happening yesterday. Fonz is the Cambridge historian, so we genuinely enjoy looking back at things and how things have changed over the years. And it's just a fun show to do. I mean, we get on famously, and Fonz is a radio guy who transferred to live video on Be.Live, and his Cambridge historian show, which is starting later in the year, season 3, I think, is one that I enjoy actually watching, and I always look forward to. So that's Fonz. Now, I got the next bit slightly wrong, so I'm going to show you this first. Okay, and if you'll forgive me for a moment, whilst I'm talking, I'm actually uploading some media. So if I can find it, just a second. This is live, anything can happen. I'm in no rush. I want to go to overlays. Right, I got it. Okay, and you've got this a late arrival in the graphics department. Now, I was all set for a show on Wednesday at 1 p.m. for a change with Irene and with Marco and with Brigetti, and it's not going to be on my channel. In actual fact, Wednesday's show, I'm proud to say that Wednesday's show, which is all about marketing, is going to be, as you can see by now, possibly that way, it's going to be on the Be.Live channel. So we're going live on Be.Live, and that's myself. Well, it's Irene, who's the marketing manager of Be.Live, and myself, and we'll be joined by Marco and Brigetti from Portugal and from Cape Town, and we'll be exploring YouTube Live and Udemy, how to market Udemy courses using Be.Live and YouTube. And it's going to be a very interesting session. Brigetti, our Friday show is currently on a break, Tish, but Brigetti will be on. I've just spoken to her. She will be on Wednesday on this broadcast. I just noticed how the pictures moved. She'll be on Wednesday on this broadcast with myself and Irene and with Marco. And I'm really looking forward to that, to actually be on the Be.Live, official Be.Live channel. I'm just trying to think of a way I can actually also broadcast it on my page as well. That's a thought. See if we can do that. Okay, now, so that's something to look forward to on Wednesday. I'm totally looking forward to that because I didn't expect it. I didn't expect to be going on the Be.Live channel. It's misunderstanding, and I'm chuffed to bits that we're actually going live on the official Be.Live channel, which is good, which is very good. Most unexpected. I only found out about 10 minutes ago, so you knew pretty much as soon as I did. Now, I'm going to do a show every day. I'll explain why in a moment. But the show on Thursdays, in addition, after Blabbing for Britain, not in place of Blabbing for Britain, will be Be.Live on YouTube interview with myself as host and a guest each week. I don't know who the guest is this week. That's why I put the question marks in there. If you'd like to be interviewed, and basically these are not video interviews about video interviews. These are video interviews about stories you want to tell. And they can be literally about anything. I mean, I've probably met hundreds of people through live broadcasting, and it's about 3 years since I actually did any interviews. So I need to dust off my interviewing skills. And I'll be bringing you people from all around the globe, from Australia, from India, from Canada, from America, from England, from Germany. In fact, we've got a wide range of people in the network, all of whom are good friends. And I'll be bringing them live on YouTube on Thursdays. Now, I was going to show you Friday's card. And I asked for a card for Friday, and Angelica said she couldn't do it just then. So I can tell you about what's happening on Fridays. On Friday is myself and Angelica. Well, it's Angelica and me. And we will be doing our usual double act as we go Ask Angelica. And it's German language tuition with a twist. And this week we are visiting somewhere beginning with D. We've done Bonn. We've done Chell. And next is D. Angelica is going through the alphabet. I'll be set, or A to Z, and we'll be taking a different city every 2 weeks. And it's just good fun to do. And I'm glad now. Message from Wes, you're on. Okay. That's it. You're my first guest ever. This Thursday at 2 p.m., 9 a.m. Eastern. So yes, yeah, I look forward to it. Excellent. Okay. I love it when you do a show and a broadcast, and you're actually making things happen. And it's wonderful that you've reached out, Wes, and I look forward to getting to know more about you and your stories on Thursday. So that's after Blabbing for Britain, which is the show. This is our 5th year. This will be show 218 this week, I think. I stand to be corrected on that. I may have misremembered. Anything's possible. Right. Okay. So those are the shows, and those I wanted to mention. And there is a short trailer in Be.Livers which has used Camtasia and Be.Live to actually create a 2-minute trailer telling you about what's on this week. But it's a good way to actually start. Now, I think YouTube is my new home. I feel comfortable here, and that's an important thing, feeling comfortable. Right, okay, so Thursday, 7 a.m. Mountain Time it is. Excellent. Okay, brilliant. Look forward to it. I'll send you the links and everything after this broadcast. Yeah, I really feel at home on YouTube, and that's why I've started doing the regular shows on YouTube. The show with David on Mondays will stay. The show, which is every 2 weeks with Marco and Blabbing for Britain, and perhaps the Friday later show, will stay on Facebook. But for reasons of quality and reach, I'm going to be broadcasting on YouTube. It's an easy decision. Basically, first of all, quality. The actual quality that you're seeing now is far in excess of anything we've seen on Facebook. So it starts out that way, and it stays that way because the video doesn't degrade on Facebook. If you watch it on the day, it's perfect, but over time, the quality of the video degrades, and that's a problem. If the other thing you've got a problem with on, I've just got a message from Brigetti. Hang on, we'll keep up to date with the news. And Brigetti is saying, thank you for the heads up, Stephen. Okay, brilliant. So Brigetti on Wednesday. How many shows on Thursday? Sorry about this, Tish. Blabbing for Britain, 10 a.m. on Thursday. This show at 2 p.m. And then myself and John with Inspired by Invideo, which will stay on Facebook, is at 4 p.m. So you've got 3 shows to choose from. Blabbing for Britain, 10 a.m. I'll do it in Eastern time. Blabbing for Britain is at 5 a.m. Eastern. This show is at 9 a.m. Eastern, and then the Invideo show with John, which is it's just blown up out of all proportion. It's been doing amazingly well. It's one of those things where we didn't know what was going to happen. Yeah, Invideo. John and I, right, okay, I'll tell you about Invideo, Tish. John and I have been doing a show for the last 17 weeks together, the two of us, just me and him. Me and him and Invideo. Invideo is a short business video creation system, and you can find the whole series of shows on this channel. You'll notice a photo of me and John and the Invideo logo. In fact, so you can track it down. If I switch logos, anything with that Invideo logo on up there is inspired by Invideo, and we do this for Invideo themselves, and the show is broadcast on Facebook and is live in the Invideo support group, and it's all about short video creation, and John is just ace at creating instructional videos, and we have a different instructional video every single week on the show. Okay, welcome, Tish. We do. I'm going to look at podcasting again. I do a show with Matt, and he's a podcaster. He runs Run Chat Live, and he's just changed hosts, and he's changed host to Podbean. So what I'm planning to do is I'm going to go over to Podbean. I'm going to set up an account, and then I will go and put the audio from the shows that we do onto Podbean. And that's a good idea, Tish. Thank you for reminding me. It's a question of getting a routine. Once I get into the routine of doing a show at 2 o'clock every day on YouTube, then that's set, that's done. I need to get in a routine for podcasting as well. So thank you for the reminder. I did go on anchor.fm, but I think I think paying for it is probably, you probably get better service. I don't know, but the podcast will be back. Okay, so one reason for being on YouTube is quality. Second reason for being on YouTube is the audience. You don't have to be a YouTube broadcaster of a YouTube channel to actually watch a YouTube video. And that's important because YouTube is the world's second largest search engine. Google is the biggest search engine, and YouTube is owned by Google. So if you want to get your marketing message out, the best way to do it is on YouTube, because Facebook is a walled garden. Before we can go onto Facebook, we've got to log in. And that means if we've got to log in, Google have got to log in to see what's in there, and they can't. They have limited access to what they can actually use in the Google search engines. And if you try to find any of your videos, it's virtually impossible. Whereas if you're on YouTube and you get your SEO tags correct, then you can be discovered and found. So that's why. So we put it on the podcast. Okay, now my main topic of today is sound. 2 points about this. Now I'll come back to this next week, because I sort of put all the 5 shows together this morning, and in a bit of a rush, having had a moment of eureka moments. That's what I'll do. I will actually do Be.Live on YouTube. So I'm not totally organized today, which is nothing new. In fact, I haven't even done this yet. Welcome to the broadcast. And we can now schedule to YouTube from Be.Live, which makes everything possible. It was difficult, shall we say, before scheduling came along. But the next thing I want to talk about is microphones. And microphones, when you actually start broadcasting, you can use the microphone that's actually built into your Mac or your PC or your laptop. And if you're broadcasting to friends, then you don't need to go any further than that at all. But I did a poll in the Be.Livers group last week, and so far we've had about 70 responses, and more than 40 people said they have an external microphone. And then we asked, which microphone do you have? And most people have a Blue Yeti, but other people got different microphones. So what people did was actually list the microphones that they're using. Now, what I'm going to do is, I was particularly drawn by one of them. I'm going to try a different microphone next week and see what that does. But the microphone is important because people are watching and listening, but listening is the important part. Because whilst you're listening to me, you may well be doing other things, and that's accepted. I do exactly the same. But the quality of the sound is so important. And as Tish mentioned a moment ago, if you're going to take and podcast this, then the quality of the sound's got to be spot on. It's got to be perfect. There's got to be no background noises. Now, I know that on this video, there will be occasional background noises. I can live with this because it's live. And hopefully you can live with it too. But in a podcast, it's got to be perfect. And it's good to actually not have to edit the recording, the audio recording that Be.Live give us, because then it's just a straight download and upload. So I'm going to experiment with microphones and with podcasting and see what happens. I'm going to try and improve the quality of the audio. Now, for nearly 4 years, I was using a lapel microphone. I was happy. Udemy were happy, but it wasn't as powerful as this microphone, which is a cardioid microphone whose manufacturer, I don't know. I mean, it's just Chinese. It's not a Blue Yeti or such. But microphones are important. I just want to stress that. And I will be coming back to that in future shows. But there's a thing I do want to talk about, which is allied to that. And this came from a discussion yesterday. Angelica's family were over for the weekend, just a family get together, and 6 of us around the table, and got talking about what we do. And I was told I had a voice for radio because of the way that I talk. And I was listening to videos, training videos, because I don't just create videos. I think it's only fair, if you're creating content for people to watch and listen to, you should actually listen and watch theirs. I think the one thing about delivery, if if I get passionate about something and I start to talk quickly, then it's very, very difficult to actually follow what I'm saying because I'm saying it too quickly. You don't want to get carried away when you're actually delivering a message. Remember that there's a recording as well, not just a live situation. And you want to have a steady pace. Now, it only comes with either two things. You can be formally trained by a vocal coach, and I don't know what that costs, but I suppose it's a proposition if you're serious about this, to get your presentation right, so that when you are live on camera and the recorded audio afterwards, you're giving the best presentation possible. The tendency is to rush things, or even worse than that. I when I started creating Udemy courses, Udemy said what you need to do is you need to write a script, and then you sit in front of camera and you've got the script off to the side and you just read the script. Now, as you can see, if I was reading the script off the side, then I'm not looking at you. It's distracting. You can't make a video where you're actually talking to camera and not talk to camera. It's silly. So the other thing about a script is that your delivery of that script is going to be at best wooden. And that means that I'm going to change the logo back. If your delivery is wooden and stilted, then it's boring. And what you don't want to be is boring in your delivery. So scripts don't work. What you should do, and the best way to do this, is to actually know what you're talking about. If you know your topic inside out, I mean, it's like when John and I do the Invideo show on Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. John does an instructional video, which is always in the first few minutes of the show and can be anything from 3 minutes to 8 minutes long. And he rehearses it. The way he does the video that you see every week is he does a dress rehearsal of everything he's going to do, and he actually sets things up beforehand. And that means that when he comes to actually recording it, he has a game plan in his head. He's got little notes which he doesn't seem to refer to, but he actually just goes for it. And Tish is saying it's the key to the wholesale. I agree. We're on the same page. We do spend most of the time on the same page, which is good. So John rehearses so that when he actually does the recording, he's still fresh, but he's not reading from a script. He's using his own knowledge. And if we ask John to record the same thing twice, we get a different recording, because he's not talking from a script. He's talking from his depth of knowledge about Invideo, and he's sharing it, and he's sharing his passion, and that comes through. You can tell how much he enjoys making the videos, and that actually comes through in the videos. And that's amazing. And that comes across when we're actually replaying the video as well. And it's a pleasure to actually chat about the videos afterwards when we've actually finished recording. We chat before the recording, and we try to start every broadcast we do with a smile, and then we chat after the recording, sort of what do they call it? What's the word I'm looking for? A debrief. We debrief each other after the show, especially after Blubbing for Britain. And that helps us understand what went right, what went wrong, and we learn from that, and we make changes in the next broadcast. So back to my main point, because I am known to actually go off script. When you're presenting on live video, whether you're presenting a recording or a live show, don't rush it. Do know what you're talking about, and it helps if you're passionate about it as well. The only time you don't have to have in-depth knowledge is this one. And I'm going to show this in the broadcast. It's a different type of presentation when you're actually interviewing somebody. When you're interviewing somebody, it's not your knowledge that counts. It's their knowledge. and I'm looking to Wes to share his knowledge and his stories this Thursday. And I will agree 3 questions with Wes so that he knows where we're going to start. But the interview after that, it's not an interview, it's not a formal interview, it's not a job interview, it's a chat. It's a chat between people getting either already knowing each other or getting to know each other, and it's an exchange of stories. And because we've not met before, it's going to be uber interesting to actually get together and chat. And that's the key. As a host of a show, your responsibility is to keep things ticking over and to take your lead from your guest. And when you have a guest on the show, the majority of people who come and watch the show are coming to see the guest. Simple as. So I'm looking forward to meeting some of Wes's friends, perhaps not on live, but on the recording on Thursday. So presentation on an interview show is a different approach to actually being solo. Okay, and I'll take that off the screen now. I love doing graphics you can actually use more than once. Okay, so now I'm going to go, and I've been through the shows. You know what's on this week. If you miss what's on this week, then just watch the replay and come in at the beginning. I'm going to be inviting everybody I've met. I've been broadcasting 5 years now. Oh, time flies. Still having fun. So I'm going to chat with the people who I have met along the way and invite them to join in the shows. The beautiful thing about broadcasting on Be.Live is that we can have 4 people on screen. So I would expect that most of the shows, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, will have different people on them. So it won't be just me. It will be people who have met in my travels, people I may have interviewed before on Facebook. But it's going to be storytelling time, and the story starts tomorrow with myself and Fonz, and we'll be live at 9 a.m. Eastern. There will be a music quiz, and music quiz is taken from Trivia Plaza, and we're grateful for them for actually providing the quiz. And it's 10 questions all about pop music, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and noughties. And we tend to stick around about the 70s time. I mean, Fonz is not old enough to know the 70s and 60s, but his music knowledge is just tremendous. And as I said earlier, I get on brilliantly, and it's going to be a good show tomorrow. I know it is. I know it is. Right, so I'm ever so grateful to the people at Be.Live. I'm also grateful for this. I didn't expect this. I thought I was going live on my own little humble channel. But I'm going live on Be.Live. That's brilliant. With Irene, even better. With Brigitte and Marco. It's going to be a blast. The shows last for 30 minutes. If you can't catch us live, then please do catch the replay. This is helping to promote not only Be.Live, but myself and Brigitte and Marco, and help us get our stories out. And we'll be talking all about the conversation. As Tish knows, it might go off as a tangent. The conversation will be centered around Udemy and YouTube Live. And that's something, I mean, if you're wondering how to broadcast on Be.Live, let's go like that. And I can actually, what we can do on Be.Live is I can put an overlay in there. What was that one? Ah, right, that's the overlay for I Live Here. That's the overlay for Ask Angelica. I'm looking for one, so I'm showing you every single one that I've got. Just a minute, let's take the logo off. Let's take that logo off, remove the logo so you can actually see it better. So that's the overlay for Ask Angelica. And the beauty of this is that once you've done one, you can do more. So that's myself and Matt, and we're live on Tuesdays. And then This is the one for myself and John. Yeah, I was trying to find a Be.Live one, but I'm struggling. Just a minute. Nope, I've mislaid it. Let's take that off. Okay, as I say, I will be more prepared next week because I've only just decided to do this, and I've got a smile from Wes. Thank you, Wes, and from Tish. I'll try to look for that. Ah, right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I remember because when we got together and we did the quiz, the three of you got 10 out of 10, which was brilliant. And it's just a good laugh to actually do a quiz live on video, and it works well on the replay too. So I'm officially blown away by being live on the Be.Live YouTube channel, and I'm going to find a way to actually relay it to my channel. Yeah, okay. Right, okay. Now the length of these shows on YouTube, I'm not going to overstay my well, not overstay my welcome, but you know what I mean. You've got to try and be an original. Hopefully, I've been original in this broadcast, and it's been a pleasure, Wes and especially and Tish, to actually chat with you over the last 30 minutes. Back on Facebook, live with David Burrows at 12 p.m. Eastern, and he and I will be on his channel, the show with David Burrows, and I'm producing the shows, so I'm looking forward to that. That's at 12 p.m. Eastern later today. Other than that, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow with Fonz. This is Stephen in Wiltshire, in England, saying bye for now. Thank you for watching. Take care, and see you again soon. Just to check the comments for last time, see if I've not missed anything. And okay, last comment goes to Wes. I'll prepare some demos. Do I need the Be.Live app? Right, a quick question before I go then. Will you be on desktop or will you be on mobile, Wes? Desktop is best. I'm just saying. Okay. Well, let me know. Just send me a message. So bye for now. Catch you all later. Bye.